Okay, guys, you both know the rules. Keep it clean, break straight away when told. Both of you watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both. Touch gloves. Good luck, lads.
The winner of this fight can make a strong case to be in a title caliber fight next. The loser may not get another shot at getting it.
Round one underway. Two massive heavyweights here in Bakoule and Ejagbaa. And you're right, Chris, that this feels like one of those, the winner move get type fights.
So two red flags. One is, how did he bounce back from that second round knockout? I know it was only one punch, the quick turnaround. The other is the weight, 299 pounds than what he was against Jared Anderson, which was the best performances of his career.
So that last fight, once he gets hit by that Ejagbaa, he sets it up behind a patient jab. That's how we're going to find out where Bakoule's at in this career.
You know, Sergio, both these guys, Ejagbaa will throw it with both hands. Bakoule likes that. They love throwing that punch.
Don't uppercut with an uppercut. On the outside, it's all Ejagbaa, and that's where he should be. You know, you can see that the mass is with Bakoule, so just there's that soft belly would open up a top. But you have to be very patient, of course, very with a guy like Bakoule.
Yeah, and of course, that's the formula feed Martin Bakoule years ago, and Bakoule's orchestrating that rematch if Bakoule can get the victory.
Rematch, take the blemish off his resume. I'm not so sure if he wants that. He may have eyes for bigger and... But I go back to that fight against Jared Anderson. It started a little bit like this, with Jared Anderson pawing at the body of Martin Bakoule. Then the last, Martin Bakoule lands a big punch and puts Anderson on the...
Still for a little bit too long, and that's what Ejagbaa is not doing. Stayed a little bit against the ropes right there, but he has he's keeping his range in between. Bakoule, you're going to be all right.
To unleash one of those shots, maybe one of those cuts.
Yeah, guys like that, you can move to your left, move to your right. Just do not stand still in front of this guy. The jab for a 3 right there. He led with a hook just to land that right hand.
Nice right hand there from Ejagbaa as we close round one.
No free shots tonight, okay? Good work.
Final instructions from Billy Nelson to Martin Bakoule as round 2 begins. Good start to this fight here for F.A. Ejagbaa. These rounds are the better for Ejagbaa. Left hook there, caught by the right glove of Ejagbaa. Up a little bit here. There's a good right hand. Pointed out, this isn't an unfamiliar pattern for Bakoule fights where there's kind of a very quiet, and then before you know it, there's a, because he just scored a knockout victory.
Yeah, it looked like Jared Anderson first round on his way to the round. And Martin Bakoule landed one of those kind of clubbing shots in dynamic.
Yeah, guys like Bakoule, that's their strategy. You know, they're going to lose rounds studying and knowing that this man, these guys are just waiting for that right shot, the power shot, and he's like that. Long arms.
Have so much power without really stepping. I'd put Vitaly Klitschko on that list as well, what is largely an arm punch.
Picking up his activity here in the second round, at least relative to what he was doing one. Touching the body there of Ejagbaa. Nice long range there, just grazes Ejagbaa.
Ejagbaa is the boxer in this fight. Since Ejagbaa came up, heavy-handed guy, scary guy with power in both hands.
And you'd have to think that Ejagbaa lean on that athleticism in this fight for Ejagbaa. And if that is what he needs, news for Ejagbaa, because who he's working with in Houston, Danny Arnold, who also trained Clowney, said that Ejagbaa compared favorably to an NFL defensive back. Do it for round 2. Better round for Bakoule, but perhaps another one in the bank there for Ejagbaa.
Hey, when everybody comes under one platform like DAZN and is brought together, you get real friendly real quick, Corey.
Well, these two certainly have to this one, F.A. Ejagbaa and Martin Bakoule. The tempo's starting to pick up.
Picking them apart from the outside. Bakoule needs to get on the ends. He's breaking that distance with that jab, that long, strong jab.
Nice right hand over the top there from Ejagbaa. Bring that right hand over the top.
See Bakoule just throw that right hand right to the chest of Ejagbaa. It's too early in the fight. Just aim at the chest or the shoulder of Ejagbaa.
Huge right hand there from Ejagbaa.
It's the same punch he's been landing. It's a 3-2. He's coming.
Bakoule, Sergio, leaning to the right, so he's able to right hand pretty easily.
No, he's forcing him to the right with that left. He's keeping him there just to guide that right hand down the pipe.
Right hand seemed to wobble. Bakoule was trying to fire back with left hooks, but Ejagbaa is cooking here in round 3.
Yep, at the outside, it's all Ejagbaa.
Lingering effects from the knockout loss at the hands of Joseph Parker. It is that same.
Not going to get on the inside and not really try to pull his way in. He's going to be at the end punches, and it's only going to be a matter of time until you get cracked again with that right hand.
Pull counter right hand from Ejagbaa, who's corner right now, telling lazy, in other words, keep up the activity. Something going here.
Ejagbaa is one of the better jabbers in the heavyweight division. He's going to be comfortable keeping this fight on the outside.
These are exchanges where Bakoule can be dangerous, but it is Ejagbaa who is owning them at the moment.
These aren't exchanges, Corey. He's pot-shotted by the sharper puncher in Ejagbaa. He really nicely, he wants to stay off the ropes and keep the fight in the middle of the ring.
Good left hook there from Lee. Final 20 seconds of round 3. Bakoule given an opportunity here. This is fantastic round for Efe Ejagbaa. Chopping counter there, but with his back against the ropes. And that will do it for round 3.
Stay responsible. It's only a matter of time. But Bakoule can't keep taking right hands like that the entire fight.
I'll tell you though, Sergio, that was a good round for Efe Ejagbaa. But I do think in the final 30 seconds, Martin Bakoule started to close the gap a little bit. We'll see if that carries over in this round.
I think Ejagbaa gave him that gap. He was comfortable with the ropes, and I think he was picking them, catching and countering.
A different strategy here for Bakoule, who's now framing up and just trying to muscle his to the inside. I think realizing what you were pointing out there, Sergio, that trying to slip to his right, jab his way in, it wasn't.
Yeah, he needs to move that upper body. He needs to get in and break that distance. He can't stay at that range.
All right, let's send it over to Claudia Trejos in between rounds. Claudia, what are you hearing?
Thank you, Corey. They were actually echoing what Chris was saying. Bakoule actually trying to smother the reach on Ejagbaa, and that's precisely what he wants to avoid. Stay away from the ropes, use your reach, use your move, not allow him to close the gap.
And this is the reason why Bakoule popping the head back of Ejagbaa with a left hook a moment ago. And this is exactly what he wants.
Yeah, because Ejagbaa squared up. He's not at an angle. It's easier for those left and right hooks to land.
Stopped a couple of times, but I have more questions about the Ejagbaa knocked him down or wobbled him.
Ejagbaa looked a little steady as he was navigating his way back to the ropes here. Now fight his way off the ropes, but he's got a Colossus in front of him trying to keep him there.
I mentioned Foreman. Isn't this like a Foreman-esque to a fight like this, where you just, if you're Bakoule, taking punches until you can land one to chain.
Ejagbaa trying to counter with right hands against the ropes. There's a signature shot there from Bakoule. That starts flowing. That's when things...
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot for such a big man. And that's when you know it's getting good to him.
You don't see the movement from Efe Ejagbaa that you saw for the first 3 rounds. A lot of laying on the ropes and in the corner.
Bakoule, I love that right hand that just gutted Ejagbaa, breaking him in half.
Ejagbaa stationary in the corner. He's absorbing a lot of shots, but those are heavy, heavy shots, just grinding Ejagbaa down.
And those shots, Sergio, the right hand is kind of that crude right hand that Gennady Golovkin kind of made famous years ago, looking for that top of the temple shot.
Giving you an entrance, you got to go over the top.
4 straight punches down the pipe, but Bakoule just keeps plowing forward.
You're being lazy in defense. Squared up, giving up that right side of the face. Bakoule, it's only a matter of time till he starts throwing that left and right. Look, there's that corkscrew punch that you were talking about, Max, coming over the top of the head right there.
Round 5 underway, and there has been a major momentum shift in this one. Again, we talked about that familiar pattern in Martin Bakoule fights, and it is showing.
Anderson started boxing, moving, getting confident with that jab.
Going from a 240-pound heavyweight to the ring for the course of a fight. Like Efe Ejagbaa is not, he's been being asked to work hard early in this fight.
Bakoule just parking himself there against the ropes. This was the posture that was allowing showing that right now, but it's only Ejagbaa.
Barely missed that right hand. I think Bakole's getting a little bit to roll that right hand of Ejagbaa just to come back. I don't think he's quick enough to do that.
Yeah, he's looking to...
I agree. Double and triple your way in, and then get to the side of Bakohle and start.
It's also a curious decision to kind of take the... You had a good performance in the 4th round, but you're probably losing it. Do an avalanche a little bit. There was a scary moment.
Rolled where they got a bigger right hand.
Whose idea it was to...
Yeah, momentum shifted right back to Efe Ejagbaa.
And be born. Hey, you're world champion. Come on. Hey, come on.
Bakohle that was looking dominant, and right before the round began, they're trash talking, and Chris Bendix, let's take a look at your scorecard.
Yeah, 4 rounds to 1 in favor of Efe Ejagbaa. 4th round was obviously Martin Bakohle landed his best shot. Then there was that perplexing last round where Martin Bakohle decided to maybe give himself a bit of a break, but 49-46 on my scorecard.
Saying, come on, man, stop and fight. But no, Ejagbaa shouldn't do that. He should do it bouncing on his feet, moving laterally, using the... See Bakohle staying in the middle of the ring.
Bakohle attempting here, Sergio, what is a part of his game. Opponents of his in the past, it's imperative on Ejagbaa.
It's a lazy strategy by Martin Bakohle, you know, but sometimes fighters fall for that.
For the last few fights, very smart guy. Don't engage with this guy.
You know, it feels like you're winning really easily, and it just takes one shot, just like that just bloodied his nose.
Bakohle immediately producing some blood from the nose of Efe Ejagbaa. You saw him wipe it away.
Here we go.
Pretty awkward punch to throw. To throw a 1-2 downstairs. I've never heard of that. Because if you're the taller man, that once you throw that right hand, you're going to be vulnerable to something punching a tall fighter. Nice right hand there by Bakohle.
Another good round in the bank for Efe Ejagbaa. Round 7 underway, and we'll see if he keeps this pressure up. We've seen this has been an easy fight, I think, to score for Ejagbaa.
Martin Bakohle. This round started off the way it should. Martin Bakohle effective for him in the 4th round, but for Martin Bakohle.
Nice right hand that connected.
And it's kind of like an anchor punch with that right hand, but you need to have athleticism to do that. And of course, I think now there's an opening for a left hook for Ejagbaa. Time that he feints at Bakohle or pretends to, you can see Bakohle pawing at it and come around with the left hook. I think that's an opening right now.
The way that Martin Bakohle coming in, and that to me was as big a red flag as the quick turnaround. Good camp, full camp, and you still come into that weight. In the past, I think Carlos Takam, he was right around. When he fought Jared Anderson, he was 284. That was a guy Riyadh for weeks, training at the Mike Tyson gym.
Bothered by the fact that he's losing rounds. He's thinking. But you do, as we've been watching him, does he have the gas tank? Nice counter right-handing.
Stopped on a dime just to counter him with that right hand. Dude, to get the respect out of a monster like Bakohle, he's going to keep coming. He's going to take your best shots. Focus or gets lazy like they've been telling him in the corner. This is easy work for Efe Ejagbaa right now, just bouncing on the toes and popping that jab.
You know, right now, Sergio, I know you're not a fan of the rah-rah speech, but Martin Bakohle needs a rah-rah speech going, because this fight's slipping away from him.
A little bounce right now.
You have to be a cheerleader for a professional fighter. Bakohle only won 1 round, pretty much. Anything that Ejagbaa gives you, but he is not doing that. And just getting out jabbed.
I think there's always room for the old, we're all firefighters. Here, there's room for those kind of speeches in boxing.
Dean Richardson, you want a fighter that
I mean, Bakohle is begging Ejagbaa to fight him.
sticking to his game plan. This is his strategy.
Big shot hand over the top there from Ejagbaa.
Bakohle he reminds me of a spider web. Stand there and wait for the flies to come to him, but
A little over 2 rounds to go.
well, the body is what you got to do. It's moving to your right. You throw that right hook to get him to stop from going to the right.
Here we go. Bakohle lands a float hook. It doesn't take much. Bakohle coming alive here. questions about whether he had this in him. The blood smearing across the face of begs him to get off the ropes.
Bakoule punching with meaning. Every time he misses a shot, it just goes straight through the line of fire.
Good body work there.
That's what I want to see Bakoule do with both hands. An excellent body puncher. Start digging away at the body, taking away the leg.
Big right hand there from Bakoule. Scary moments for Ejagbaa in what was otherwise real test, Corey, of what Ejagbaa's got in him. I think Martin Bakoule is going to finish strong here. Round 9 is now underway.
Do something, because once that 10th round rings, the adrenaline kicks in, knowing that it's just 3 more minutes for a fight. Then Ejagbaa's just going to move with that adrenaline.
He's going to come back, prep Ejagbaa in that 10th round once he sees the light at the end of the tunnel.
Ejagbaa standing and trading here with less mobile. These are big opportunities for Bakoule, who you'd have to think, based on how this fight has gone, needs a knockout. But it's Ejagbaa putting them together right now. It's in those moments that would be a good opportunity to let those go. Right hand there from Bakoule. And these are shots that he doesn't need a big windup. He needs to touch you to produce an adverse reaction.
Wide ones, and of course, it's always the short ones that count. Fighter, really smart fighter, because he's great at distance when he has the range, but on the inside, he doesn't pull back the punches. They're little short shots just to keep his opponent off him. Back. Not only do big men hate being walked backwards, but Bakoule doesn't have the legs anymore.
Grinding out the clock a little bit here. Not look at he was earlier, and how could he? He's been doing a lot of moving, taking shots like that every once in a while from Bakoule.
Another thing that clinching and rock back does is the referee can't break you. You're moving back until you hit the ropes. That's how you kill the clock.
Silent roller, Ejagbaa looking to be a clock killer. Right hand again over the top there from Bakoule. And we will head into the final round of this heavyweight contest.
Believe in yourself. Yes, come on, man. Last one, man. Come on, man. Bang the man. Fucking bang the man. 2 hands, okay?
Come on. Your 10th and final round.
And now you would have to think that Ejagbaa for him here for 3 minutes.
Not even stay on his feet, just stay at range.
Good run over the last 2 rounds by Martin Bakoule to close the gap. It was largely dominated by Ejagbaa, so 87-84. Back to his own knockout power. But Chris, we saw Ejagbaa get hurt late. Vulnerable, he does have a tendency to keep that chin up in the air. Like, why would that make any sense? Great shot, wicked counter there from Ejagbaa, but look at Bakoule, back with a 2-punch combination. Ejagbaa navigating the perimeter of the ring.
I think Ejagbaa would have used a lot of energy, and Bakoule would have been enough to get the knockout that he needs in this fight. It's not going to be enough, guys, because right now Ejagbaa knows and adrenaline's running through his veins. He just knows that he needs to, but Ejagbaa's already at the finish line.
It's almost like he's telling himself this story already. Hey,
he's only a beast if you come to him and stay in the same place. When you stick and move.
When he let his guard down and slipped. An excellent fight and the right fight based on his opponent.
A very composed boxing performance.
We go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Kieran McCann scores it 96-94 in favor of Ejagbaa. And both judges, Pablo Gonzalez and Bob Williams, are in agreement. They both scored the same, 95-95. This bout is a majority draw.